This is my very first time going live on YouTube. Oh my gosh, I'm about to walk through some dragonflies. Oh, that's beautiful. Here in China, dragonflies are a sign of good luck, prosperity, abundance, favor, and August, September is their big time when they're out, which happens to be my time. I'm a Leo Sun Virgo ascending, so it's a good time. Anyway, I wanted to come to you guys really quickly. This is my first time going live, so I don't really expect anybody to join. I only have about 2,500, something like that, subscribers. So I don't really expect anybody to join, especially since it's about 1:45 p.m. here in China, which means it is probably about 1:45 a.m. in my hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan. So anyway, I'm walking to work. I just parked my bike so I could walk a little bit, and I wanted to share something. So today is September 6th, right? In most parts of the world, it is now officially September 6th. And that means, I don't know if I can actually, these headphones are actually connecting. But anyway, that means that Saturn, which was in retrograde now for the longest time, has now gone direct. And I put a Instagram post, Facebook post up a little bit ago. Join me on Instagram, join me on Facebook. You can get the information down below in the description bar about how to find me there. Same name, DelaCremeDela. But it has been a challenging time for many of us. Not all of us. I mean, for some of us, we didn't even feel it. But for many of us, we felt every bit of it. And as I was riding today to work, I just had to have a conversation with myself, because now, as Saturn has gone into direct, it is now time to have conversations with yourself. Of us, when we encounter challenge, we become like a person who sees an oncoming car. We seize up and we freeze up. But now you can relax and release and start having some conversations with yourself. So the conversation that I had with myself reminded me of the song. So I grew up in the church, and for the most part in the old black church. So there was a song that came out that said, "It's only a test you're going through. You're gonna be done real soon." So Spirit reminded me today, this isn't a test, it's a lesson. There's a difference. If you can understand the lesson and the test, if you can understand the lesson even in the test, then you're good. I teach people how to take tests for a living. That's my job. Part of my job is to teach people how to take the tests they have to take to gain the credentials they need to gain to learn and travel internationally. And so I teach them the fundamentals of how to take the test and how to find the lessons inside of the test. So over these last few months, and I can't remember, God, how long it's been. I want to say Saturn went into retrograde, which, mind you, is an illusion. Planets don't actually physically change direction, but the look of them changes, which changes the atmosphere. Just like if I walk down the street looking like I'm on the host stroll, I'm going to get a whole lot different attention than if I walk down the street looking like what some people would call a respectable woman. So the essence of the planet doesn't change. The movement of the planet doesn't change, but the look of the planet changes, which does change the atmosphere. So Saturn has been in retrograde. I want to say now it's been since maybe, I don't want to say it wrong, so I'm not going to say it. But it's been a while, and I've been tracking it. And if you've been with me on Instagram or Facebook, you've been seeing, my words. But my ancestors reminded me, my Orishas reminded me, my Gungun reminded me that if you can find the lesson in the test, then you won't see the test as a challenge. You'll see it as a benefit. They reminded me that when you live a life that says everything that happens to you that is challenging is a test, then what happens is you live that life through your ego. and you say to yourself, oh, I'm going to pass this test, I'm going to pass this test, instead of saying, I'm going to learn this lesson, which is a whole different part of your id, which is a whole different part of who you are. Wait by me. Ni hao. Ni hao. I'm in China, if you didn't know. So now that we are at September the 6th, hold on, let me clock it into work. I'm gonna guess that it's still recording or whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna talk a little loud, a little quieter since I'm in my building now. But I'm gonna repeat this again because I feel like I need to. Inside of these challenges that we experience when the atmosphere changes, it is important for us to realize the lessons inside of these challenges, or we'll continue to have to repeat them. Ni hao, mama. Ni hao. Ni hao, ma. Oh, Bolela. Bolela. Or we'll be forced to repeat them. As a matter of fact, let me go in the room and sit. Hey there. You have on my favorite pants. You know those are my favorites. So, oh good, it's quiet in here. Okay, so I have been in China for almost 2 years now. And I have experienced challenges that are preposterously ridiculous and beyond my control. I'm in a whole different culture, and I'm in a small town in China that isn't even on the map. So you can imagine how being in a small place like this, as a American-born African woman who is a descendant of a slave family, the challenges that I face, because I encounter people every day who've never even seen a black person, but have all these ideas about us. And it seemed like through the process of the retrograde, it got worse. Now, here's what I want to remind you of, and then I'm gonna let you go so I can run up to my office, and I don't want to keep this video too long because I don't deserve that much of your attention today, and I appreciate it. It can take a few days for a planet to completely change. Okay, so we're back. Patience is a virtue. Okay, so one of the challenges that I have is that I am in a place where YouTube is technically illegal. A lot of internet resources are illegal here, so I have to use certain applications and things to access the outside world, which causes its own kind of confusion sometimes and builds a certain kind of patience in me. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you this because I want to let you go. It can take a few days sometimes for the planets to actually change direction. Mercury came out of retrograde last week before last. I want to say it was last week. And it takes a few days. I didn't really feel Mercury, the retrograde, because it was working positively for me. Things that had gone away were coming back. But then after Mercury went back direct, those things went away again, which meant that season was over. But and Mercury works in communication, Saturn works in challenge. Mercury is connected, is the offshoot, we'll say, of my spiritual father, Eshu. Saturn is the offshoot of who I know to be Olosi, who some of you would call the devil, Satan. But anyway, Olosi's been a blessing in my life, and I'm honorable to Olosi, or Olosi's honorable, or however you're supposed to say it. But anyway, it takes a few days sometimes for things to fall back into place. So as you know, Saturn is the one that manages challenge. So where there's challenge, there's an opportunity to build good karma. You may not call it karma, you might call it favor, you might call it blessings, you might call it whatever you call it. You know, if you do good unto others, you expect good done unto you. That golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, that sort of thing. It might take a few days, and it's okay. There might be a couple little pieces of challenge that still come through over the next few days. I'm not saying after today it's going to be peaches, roses, and butterflies, but you will receive an outpouring of good karma, an outpouring of favor and abundance and blessings and peace that you've been asking and praying for. So key points: see the lesson in the test. Expect the good karma to flow now, and just be patient for it because it might take a couple days. That's all I got. I appreciate you for watching this, and I hope to bless you more soon. Holla. Oh, before I leave, it would be unfair for me to ask you to watch this video and not ask you to like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'm an English teacher, but I'm an African woman, so my tongue is not Western or white. So anyway, subscribe. I would appreciate it so that you can see. I'm going to start doing more videos through YouTube instead of Instagram and Facebook, just so I can bring them directly to you here instead of having to re-download them and paste them, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that's what it is. Talk to you later.